A listener named Max asked, what if all the sun's visible light was bundled into a laser-like beam about 1 meter wide when it reached Earth? Now, I usually try to see the best in people, but I have a feeling Max isn't exactly rooting for Team Planet Earth with this one. So, let's break down Max's scenario. If you were unlucky enough to be standing in the path of this beam, you'd be gone in an instant. You wouldn't die in any traditional sense. You'd just transition from being biology to being pure physics. To put this in perspective, the entire Earth receives about 0.004% of the sun's daily energy output every single second. Max wants to concentrate all of that power into a single square meter. The moment this beam hit our atmosphere, it would heat the air to millions of degrees in a fraction of a second, creating a superheated plasma. This plasma would then unleash a devastating flood of X. These X-rays would slam into the surrounding air, turning it into a slightly cooler plasma that would start radiating intense infrared light. Essentially, this beam would vaporize everything in its path and begin stripping away the Earth's surface with more violence than a hydrogen bomb. So, the side of the Earth facing the beam is toast. But what about the people on the other side? Surely, the planet itself is big enough to shield them, right? Well, for a little while, yes. But their fate is sealed, and what gets them is surprisingly poetic, either twilight or moonlight. Let me explain. Twilight is the glow we see when the sun is below the horizon, caused by its light scattering off the atmosphere. When Max's sun laser strikes, a whole spectrum of radiation, from infrared to X-rays, will pour into the atmosphere, creating that plasma I mentioned. This plasma lets the X-rays pass through to the non-plasma air, heating it up until it glows with its own thermal radiation. A lot of this energy would escape into space, but a significant portion would get trapped, creating a bubble of heat and light that would wrap around the globar twilight inferno, cooking the atmosphere and the surface as it spreads. As if that wasn't enough, the impact point would blast tons of molten rock and debris into space. This cloud of superheated matter would act like a mirror, reflecting even more infrared light back down onto the safe side of the planet. Now, how quickly this wave of destruction travels depends on a lot of complex atmospheric physics. But here's a final, chilling detail. If the moon happened to be half full when this event started, it would suddenly go dark, because the sunlight that normally illuminates it would be focused into that planet-killing beam. However, the sheer intensity of the light from Earth's destruction would then illuminate the moon. This reflected moonlight all on its own could be powerful enough to burn you to a crisp, arriving just moments before the fiery twilight wave completes its journey around the world, delivering one final, terrible sunrise. Is there any hope? Well, maybe a tiny sliver. It depends on whether Max's superweapon can track a moving target. If it's fixed in place, the Earth's orbit would carry us out of the beam's path in about 7 minutes. Of course, by then, everyone on the surface would be gone, and we'd have lost a huge chunk of our atmosphere and crust. But the bulk of our planet might just survive, a scorched rock left as a monument to humanity's truly terrifying ideas. Thanks for watching, and if you have your own universe-ending questions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more answers to your wildest what-if.